Shalom.
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 All praise to the Most High.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakah, Quadash.
That is to say, the name of the Heavenly Father, which is Yahweh, and the name of the Son, which is Yahushai, in the Holy Spirit. We want to give double honors to the elders and apostles, better known as the Great Millstone. And Shalom, and salutations to the elect and the 1/3, and the 144,000. That's to 2/3 and all the wicked. We're going to just jump into, what is that, Matthew 6th chapter, right?
Yeah.
And just go ahead and start reading.
This is Matthew chapter 6, verse 19. Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.
Yeah. So, the material, tangible things in life, they don't matter. They're not things that you can carry on with you. They're going to stay here. And, it's better to produce better works and things that are more eternal or immortal. And that's going to go right into your faith, your belief, and it's going to guide your character and your actions so that when you are gone, people can still say, it can still be said of you that, you had integrity, tact, you were, spiritual. Those are the things that when you go to a funeral, you remember people would speak on someone's character, basically the image that they left behind with the character. And if they didn't have anything nice to say, well, they would be a very short eulogy. Or they would just say the common things that are known to the society. But for us, we're putting out our works, which are required of us to go and push this word and make a sacrifice of ourselves. And that's what's going to be remembered and recorded. Ezra had asked, basically, who is this that putteth on the crowns of all these men? And it was told unto him, who that is, and who these men are, that these are the men that came out of the great tribulation, who stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord, which is one thing we always have to make mention of. Anyone who's in any company always has to say who they're representing. Tacoma Fire Department or New York Police Department, whatever it is, everyone has to make known their name, basically, on whose behalf do they come. And so that's why we always put in the beginning of the videos on whose behalf and where the honor and respect is due. It has to be made mention, and that is an honorable thing that'll follow you more than creating a wealth here, because the face changes on money. It used to be Caesar, and now it's Washington and Jefferson and Jackson, and those faces will be removed too.
That's soon to be Tubman.
Yeah, those faces they don't last forever. They get replaced. So as you can see, the same concept. Those works aren't really any value. Those material works.
Yeah, those are, if I may say, those are works that you write down in a book, but it doesn't mean that you're written into the book of life. Yahweh's book is really the only book that matters, and the things that are written in that book are things that were witnessed. And those are the things that at the end of the day, when everything comes to a head and true judgment reigns on this earth, you want to be able to say that your works were stored in the proper place, and so that you could be written in the proper book. Who cares if you're written in a man's book? There's no honor or glory in that.
You got something you holding them?
I could just go back.
A good name.
There's that a Surat?
I,
A good name is better than precious oil?
yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. Yeah, I know. In the 39th chapter, it talks about how when you have a good name, it follows you throughout generations. Your name basically will never die out.
Right.
Okay, and that's what we seek, a good name. A good name. And how do you obtain a good name? Is by living according to the law, statutes, and commandments. Because that was the duty of all men, is to follow the law, statutes, and commandments, man, to fear the Most High and keep the commandments. So that's how you achieve a good name, is by, doing what the Lord asked you to do, man, which is being an example unto righteousness. Okay? Go ahead.
Reading on in Matthew chapter 6, this is verse 22. The light of the body is the eye. If therefore thine eye be single, the whole body shall be full of light. But if thine eye be evil, thy whole body shall be full of darkness. If therefore the light that is in thee be darkness, how great is that darkness?
Right.
Yeah.
Just being focused.
Yeah.
Being focused, and light and sight go hand in hand with being prudent and looking well to your goings, and being a follower. That way you can follow the right way. But if it's darkness and evil, you won't follow the right path, and you'll stumble and you'll fall and you'll get hurt, and you'll lead others that are following after you, and you'll be responsible for their demise as well as your own.
Mm-hmm.
So how great is that evil?
Mm.
And evil is just a bad time. But with wisdom and knowledge and the light and the Spirit guiding you, you'll have a much easier time. You'll have a much easier way to go. Think of Yahweh Shai, he said, that his yoke is easy and his burden is light. He's leading you. First of all, he's got you in a good field with very few obstacles, so it's not going to be a hard task. Whereas someone else who just doesn't know anything, there's all types of shit in the way. There's all types of obstacles, so you're going to have a hard time. So go ahead.
No man, verse 24, no man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. Ye cannot serve the Most High and Mammon.
Yep. Yeah, two masters. You're going to obey one, and you're going to love one more than the other. And that's a common. That's common. People understand what that means all too well. You're either going to do things for your own sake or for the sake of someone else, and you're going to hate doing one over the other. Some people have two jobs. You like one job. You're going to like one job more than the other. Well, you can't coming into this truth with this knowledge. You're gonna enjoy one of these lifestyles more than the other. And some people, they can't give up their bad or wicked habits, and so they despise the truth, or they don't like the truth because of what they have to give up and let go, and so they want to hang on to the riches that they have here in this earth, which are going to be destroyed and removed out of history, just like the money. Money changes faces. The faces of people on money changes over time, constantly. So that's an example of what you don't want to change is your name. That'll always, the things that you've done and accomplished will always follow you.
Verse 25. Therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what ye shall eat, or what ye shall drink, nor yet for your body, what ye shall put on. Is not the life more than meat, and the body more than raiment? Behold the fowls of the air, for they sow not, neither do they reap, nor gather into barns, yet your heavenly Father feedeth them. Are ye not much better than they? Which of you by taking thought can add? Which of you by taking thought can add 1 cubit unto his stature? And why take ye thought for raiment? Consider the lilies of the field, how they grow. They toil not, neither do they spin. And yet I say unto you that even Solomon in all his glory was not arrayed like one of these.
Right. So basically, worrying about things outside of your control is a waste of time. Basically, the Most High is going to take care of you. You're building up in your pursuit of a good name, right? Which you're following after Yahweh Shai and those that come after him, right? Your fellow teachers, brothers, right? Examples. You're going to be taken care of through the Spirit. You're going to be able to be provided for. Just like everything else is set up in balance and things of that nature, you'll be rewarded. That's part of your reward now, is not having the taste of the peril and the evil that other men are going to have to taste. So there is a huge reward, and we're going to see all these guys that put out these videos of themselves online with their guns and with their marches and their martial arts tactics and trainings and all these gimmicks and facades with
phylacteries.
Basically spiritual phylacteries as well as the physical. We're gonna see that really didn't get them anywhere. They invested into corruptible things on the earth. That was a huge waste of time, and they're gonna realize it in due time, that they're not going to be cared for as the smallest things in life that we see around us in nature. So these are all examples.
Yeah, I mean, if I can add to that, it's beautiful. The Most High said that Solomon in all of his glory wasn't arrayed as a lily, and he's saying, not to worry, because he's going to take care of you. You know what I'm saying? If you are his, none of us can come back void to him, just like his word can't, right? He says he has 7,000 that have not bowed the knee to Baal, meaning they have kept their faith and their integrity. So the Most High is going to take care of you in that day. Whatever you find yourself in, it's going to be about faith, and it's going to be about believing that the works that you did were enough, for the Most High, and we can never do enough. So it's a never-ending job. It's the never-ending story, and you should be, toiling, not toiling, reveling in this. This is our job and this is our duty. You actually like this, so how much of a job is it? If you love your job, you'll never work a day again. Did you want to add anything?
Was you
script? You got.
Oh no, we already finished that. You can just grab Sirach, the 39th chapter.
Verse 30. Wherefore, if the Most High so clothe the grass of the field, which today is, and tomorrow is cast into the oven, shall he not much more clothe you, O ye of little faith? Therefore take no thought, saying, what shall we eat, or what shall we drink, or wherewithal shall we be clothed? That's kind of like the when they came out of Egypt. Everybody was called, we want something to eat.
To the wilderness to die of starvation.
Right. And all Israel had to do was ask rather than complain. And that's what Yahweh said, ask anything in my name of the Father, and it shall be given unto you. And Israel is known as a murmuring and complaining nation. Rather than asking, and even when you do ask, he already knows what you need before you ask of it. So, if everything's already taken care of, and see that's supposed to create a mindset in you of discomfort and ease and relaxation, and not worrying about things that are outside of your control, because it's outside of your control for a reason, to either teach you to lean on him more, to have more faith, or to basically abandon the ways and the mindset of the world. And there is a point in things that we go through, even though it may not make sense from our viewpoint or perspective. Sometimes you have to change a position to get a better view or sight or understanding of a thing.
That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope.
A doctor, when so like you were
No,
gonna
you
say
got it.
something?
You got it.
If a doctor was, had something that was going to be a really hard operation, they go in and they're studying it, and they say, I'm trying to gain perspective, meaning they need to find the right route on how to, get to this artery, or, they need to gain the right proper mindset to be able to do it.
That's right. That's right. I mean, basically, what the scriptures is basically stressing to you is put all your trust in the Lord, man. Everything else is gonna fall in place, man. Why does the scripture say that when a man's ways pleaseth the Lord, he make even if his enemies be at peace with him? That means, man, whenever you live 100% towards Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, everything else is gonna be given unto you. That's because that's the duty that He asks you to do, is just trust in Him. Okay, and everything else is gonna be given to you.
Verse 32, for after all these things do the Gentiles seek, for your heavenly Father knoweth that ye have need of all these things. But seek ye first the kingdom of the Most High and His righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. Take therefore no thought for the morrow shall take thought for the thing of itself. Sufficient unto the day is the evil thereof. Sufficient unto the day is the evil thereof.
Yeah, there's no, it said, the kingdom, and where is the kingdom? The kingdom's in you. So it starts with you changing your ways, seeking the kingdom, seeking the Most High. Look inside, man. It's eternally. It tells you that we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but principalities and spiritual wickedness in high places.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a moral fight. It's a fight of integrity, of doing the right thing, and quenching your own desire and spirit and belly, and serving His more than your own. That's what it means to be a servant, is to wait, hand and foot on someone else. And that should be an easier concept to understand, knowing that 1,000 years with us is just one day with Him.
Mm-hmm.
So 15, what was it, like 30-some years with us is like
Second or a minute or something.
a second or so with the Heavenly Father. So, be very patient. Suffer. Yeah, though it tarry, wait for it.
And your patience possess ye your soul.
Yeah, and your suffering. It's really just comes down to a match of who can, don't blink first. Don't complain first. Don't give up. Just hold fast. Just stand there patiently. It's coming. It's like when you water the grass. The grass might have been without water for weeks, and it's waiting for that sprinkler for you to swing over it so it can just get a drop. It's coming, but it's going to take time. So carry that mindset. You got that Sirach 39.
You can start at 1.
After that, we'll just wrap it up.
It's like this is taking a second to load up.
Yeah, it may not load just because we're we're in a secluded area. So, but anyway, you remember the point you wanted to speak on, Ashar?
Well, the point was just basically how your name will follow you, because it tells you how the men of the Lord first be occupied in prophecy, and those that are occupied in prophecy are always going to be around renowned men that are rehearsed in prophecy, and when you live according to the Lord will exalt your name, so that throughout the ages is going to be known. This man had integrity. Job, the prophets of old, aren't they written of in the scriptures?
Mm-hmm.
Their names will always ring throughout eternity, because they're always going to be written in the book.
Yeah.
So the same is going to happen for us. I don't Ratasai, we be those men. When the book is written in the kingdom, our names are going to be mentioned in it, as long as we continue to endure in the fight for Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai.
Sure.
And that's it.
All right. Hey, until next time. Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom.